there are some orc tracks. I'm surprised that there's not that many though.
Not really on my person, but I was going to say if there's any cloth left over from the cart, I'll maybe rip off a few pieces and start mending that way.
You don't have a lot of time left. Is there anything you need us to know?
Nobody knows where the lodge is, so it's probably not on a man-made trail.
I agree with Boris. Whatever Boris says, I'm going with.
I think we can all agree that there's something off about this trail.
As you're seemingly looking towards the forest between the four of you and Moonwind, you look back towards Moonwind, and he's gone. What is cracking, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Songs from the Abyss, where pissing is bad for you, good for me, and great for storytelling. I am your daddy mommy, aka Dungeon Master Ernell Pearson. Alongside my brethrens of the court, it is Devin Brevin, the dude.
Hola.
Hola. Hola. Hola, senor. We also have our Hellfire and Brimstone. It is Garrick Bartholomew Eaton.
What's up?
Hey, what's poppin', dude? We also have our baby boy, DJ Synfix.
Yo, what it do?
Our bestest friend, Pub Master Drax, aka Sam.
It's a hell of an intro, dude. Now it's confirmed that you're just a little piss boy.
Dude, that was confirmed a long time ago. We also have my little Thai peanut. It's Xander.
Which one of you gobshites now to me when I was trying to take a piss?
Wow, that was good. He's getting better, boys. He is actually getting better. That's crazy.
Was it green?
Gentlemen, we are here with session 17 for everybody at home, and I am excited to get into this one for you guys. Before we get started, some housekeeping for everybody at home. Our reactions to Xbox Game Showcase and Summer Game Fest 2025 are up on our YouTube. You guys can catch that over there if you're wanting to come in and hang out with us for a little while you get some announcements about some good games. Secondly, sorry about death ratio this week. Devin had some computer complications that he has since kind of fixed. It's fixed.
No, it's fixed. It's fixed. Yeah. I long story short, guys, I had a fan go out on my AIO cooler. Which is what cools my CPU, and I use a Ryzen CPU, and those tend to run hot. Mm-hmm. And so when your radiator fan isn't running, your CPU starts to get hot. And long story short, when we were starting, I was looking at I keep my system monitoring on all the time. And I saw my temperature spiking into the 60s with just Discord video. So I was like, nope, that's usually what it stays at when I'm playing games. When I see it go higher than that at basic system settings, that's when I'm like, I'm going to not have my computer on right now. So
yeah, man, that's okay. It gets the best of us. But Garrick and Devin will be back with another episode of Death Ratio next Wednesday for the public. And they will have that ready to go for you guys. They've got some
we have a real quick little
yeah.
Wanted to say hi to everyone.
Hi, Lydia.
Hi there.
Hi, Lydia. Hi, honey. Want to play some D&D?
She actually does.
Sweet.
Believe it or not.
Nice.
That's dope.
Maybe we could actually get the kiddos together and maybe do something.
Yeah, and my daughter listens to D&D podcasts with me, so that could actually work out. There's
likewise.
There's that one with the dad and like his two daughters that he's played with for like 5 years, dude. That one's really good. That's a really good one.
It's really good.
Yep. I like it. Anyways, guys, that will be all for housekeeping. In the meantime, we have our last session recap for all of you. Gentlemen, you all traveled north towards the Neverwinter Woods via the Tribor Trail, where Moonwind and Jackal began to notice a strange absence of any real animal life in the area. Along your way, you all found a ransacked wagon with a dying man tucked inside. He explained that a group of orcs had unexpectedly attacked, taken all of his goods, and had attacked him before retreating back into the woods. The group then traveled northward up the trail to find any sort of signs of these orcs and any sign of their activity in the area. Cloud and Boris eventually found some tracks indicating that orcs had been moving frequently along the outskirts of the Neverwinter Wood, but were rarely ever actually stepping foot on to the road itself. The puzzle of where the area's missing animals got the best of Moonwind and started to affect Jackal, enough so that his quick pee turned into his disappearance. And as you all now step into the woods, you must prepare to venture further through the labyrinthine forest to find your friend. Before we kick things off today, Cloud has heroic inspiration for today's session, and so that, good sir, allows you to roll at advantage for one roll of your choice during today's session. And yeah, be indiscriminate about that, my friend. Because sometimes you guys get to the end session, you haven't used it yet. And I'm like, oh, damn. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Leaving it out.
Sometimes it just doesn't need to be used. You know what I mean?
Totally fair. Totally fair. Yeah, I'm not judging. You know what I'm saying?
But don't want to use it.
Boys.
Also, I don't know what it is, but we get really good rolls most of the time because, like, the things we roll for, we have just good proficiency. So it's like,
Speak for yourself, buddy. I've definitely rolled
Speak
very,
for
very
yourself.
average
I
last
literally
game.
been rolling
All right.
shit like last.
No, that
3
last
sessions.
test, dude, Jackal fucking rolled.
yeah, he did. He rolled
Yeah, I
a
rolled
lot.
like
That's
piss
pretty
ant,
good.
dude. I
Jackal
rolled like
and Jackal
fucking.
Yeah, I think the correction is Devin meant to say, I've been rolling great.
Yeah. You.
I was
Leon's been
including you
rolling
guys.
crazy.
No,
I
we
specifically
don't.
remember quite a few times that Garrick has gotten nat 20s. Okay.
He did, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Gentlemen,
gotten a few.
let us begin, my good sirs. The dark, cold, menacing atmosphere of the forest is immediately noticeable as you walk further in. The smell of musky cloth and old wood fills the air, and although beams of daylight are breaking through the canopy every here and there, it's very few and far between. Forest and Cloud follow every track that they can along the ground, while Leon and Jackal play catch up around 20 feet back. You all scramble and worry as you've already lost an hour and the sun will be setting soon, making this much harder to do than it already is, as the trail that you were following has already begun to be more difficult for Cloud and Boris to track. Leon, as the search continues, you're noticing that Jackal is more wound up than he usually is, and has been since before you all even entered the forest itself. Leon, what are you most concerned about with Jackal when you think of how you've observed Jackal's behavior leading into the forest? What do you feel Leon is most worrisome over with Jackal?
You doing all right there, Jackal?
Nah, man. Something about this is off.
What
Hate
troubles
this
you?
figure. Well, everything, fucking man. What have we been doing? We've been just walking through this. We haven't seen no birds, no fucking anything, and I didn't notice. I didn't notice that. Think about that.
Jackal. You're a rogue. Mind your senses.
What the fuck you think I'm doing? I'm minding my fucking senses right now.
Listen,
And then we just lost fucking Blue Man. What the fuck are we supposed to do? What do you think? You think I'm here just to fucking walk around? All right, something's off, dude. Now we lost one of our guys. Now who knows what the fuck we're gonna be walking into right now?
Exactly. That's why we need you to be calm and ready. If anything
I'm
happens,
ready. Trust me,
You're
I'm
ready.
fucking ready. All right, you get ready.
Stick out my
you
arm.
seem too calm
Stick out
about
my
this
arm.
shit.
I'm sticking out my arm. Jackal. We're in this together. We need to find Moonwind.
You need to get your ass ready, dude. Keep your fucking eyes peeled.
Leon, could you please roll me a persuasion check to see if Jackal will pick up on what you're doing?
22 total.
So Jackal, you see Leon holding his hand out, and you understand that he's trying to gesture towards you as a friend, as someone trying to just sort of amp up your confidence here and really look out for you, but you're still so concerned about what is going on, whether you guys are going to find Moonwind. You've grown to care a lot about this group of random folks that you've just been traveling with the past few days. Jackal, do you feel you want to take Leon's hand in this?
No. I don't think Jackal's like just he's too deep. He's too out deep. Like, I think what set him over this is losing sight of Moonwind. So, you know, he's clutching the crossbow like hard. You can feel him clench. You know, you can feel the wood of the crossbow like creak just a little bit. He's fucking, you know, he's holding it onto it tight.
So Leon holds his hand out, gesturing towards Jackal, and Jackal sort of not scoffing, not out of spite, but out of concern, turns away from Leon and continues trucking forward. And we move to Cloud, who is just about 10 yards ahead of Leon and Jackal. In Cloud, as you're searching for anything that could possibly help you guys follow Moonwind's scent, you can feel this pit in your stomach start to grow with anticipation of the thought of being able to finally get some answers from this group of orcs about your past, about what had happened at your monastery. You are champing at the bit to get your hands on one of these guys, and Boris, you can see it all over Cloud's face. You two have been well traveled together, and you've grown to know each other just a little bit more, enough for you to be able to tell when Cloud is not feeling right, when he's happy, when he's comfortable. Boris, how would you like to handle knowing this with Cloud? Do you want to alleviate some of the stress for him, or do you want to just continue your search in relative silence?
I'm obviously not going to word it this way, but just be like, how's my big strong boy doing? No, I'll look over at this, and I'm obviously, like, you know, it's worn on his face that, like, there's like vengeance seems like it's palpable in the air. So I'll look over to Cloud, and I'll just say, don't worry. If we can get one, we'll get one alive and find out more. But we need to find Moonwind.
I want to grab a nice hearty stick off the ground, and I want to wrap it with some ripped up cloth and turn it into a torch real quick. Because as far as I know, we're going blindly into this dark forest, right? Is that what's happening?
Correct. Yeah, it's going to be within the hour, yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to preemptively
Why don't
do
you
that.
ask if some of us have torches first, friend? Because some of us might have torches, friend.
Yeah, someone might.
Because I just figured we were in an area that I could easily just make one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I literally have a tinderbox and a torch, so...
Yeah, I got 10
Having more than one torch is not a bad thing.
No, that's okay. That's okay, Leon. We can allow you to build a torch there. Cloud, how do you respond to Boris's concerns with you?
I'm just kind of like, I'm assuming I'm
doing my best to keep an eye on the trail that we're following, but with a sense of like probably it's a little feverishly, like I'm a little frantic, but with a strong sense of purpose, I'll just kind of stop and I'll turn and look to Boris and I'll just say, we have to find them. We have to find him. And we have to do it now.
I agree with you, but if we cannot, we'll have to resume this tomorrow in the morning.
The morning might be too late. I've seen what these orcs can do.
Do I overhear this conversation at all from 10 yards with my elf ears?
So, no, you do not. Devin, your elf ears allow you your passive perception, and your passive perception, I think, is 16, if I remember correctly. I would say for being 10 yards away, you'd maybe have to have a little bit closer to a 20, just to passively hear them. If you were locked in, sure, like we can make that happen, but okay. You're still kind of engaged with Jackal, making your torch and stuff. So, Cloud and
also, don't forget, guys, we have dark vision.
Yes, most of you. Boris does not. Boris does not. So Cloud and Boris sort of agree to do what they can for right now and trek forward through into the forest. And I ask you all as DM, who you guys want of the four of you to be leading your tracking?
How's everybody's vision in here?
I can see, but shit, this shit's dense.
I know this could be a great assumption, but Cloud, do you have some sort of scent at all of our blue friend?
I do not believe I have, unfortunately, a heightened sense of smell of any form that I am aware of. But I will say that I do believe that Boris is our best chance at being our lead tracker, with me assisting him.
Yeah, well, someone's got to hold a torch for him. He can't see.
So here's how we're going to do this. You gentlemen, if you have the map open, we have a map of the area of the Sword Coast, more specifically marked where you guys are entering into the wood. And each hex here is a different segment of the Neverwinter Wood. And what we're going to do is have you guys do a series of rolls from Boris, in which he will be doing survival checks to see if he can follow the tracks into the next section. If he succeeds, Moonwind is going to roll a d20, in which I have a table of a set of clues that in each section you guys will be able to find. You have to guess
the simulations
based on the clue if the clue is relevant or not to Moonwind's kidnapping, or if it's just something random. If it is relevant to Moonwind's kidnapping, I will move you guys one hex closer towards Moonwind's current location. If it is not, I will move you in the opposite direction of one of the hexes away from Moonwind's location. Everyone understand?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, with the way that this works, since I am an investigator, if we find the clue, can I investigate it?
I will allow you guys to do some insight checks, or investigation checks, depending on the clues for you guys, to see if you might be able to roll, depending on advantage or disadvantage, depending on what the clue is, my good sir. So we shall start this off. Boris, if you could please give us a survival check, my good sir.
Now, this is where I'm going to roll like shit. So, if Moonwind has another character sheet ready, if there's a K Moonwind Jr., Get that ready.
Yeah.
All
Illegitimate son.
You got an illegitimate son that can step into
Yeah,
your
dude.
adventuring shoes as you get murdered by a
Hey, I didn't find Moonwind.
Do you have
but
a
I
young-
found- I found
you-
a blue baby.
Xander, do you
in
have a
the
young
fucking
Padawan
woods.
character that's,
Yeah.
All right.
even
Okay.
a younger Padawan character?
All right.
Let's
Let's
be
go.
Gilly.
Maybe he reincarnates.
Okay. That is a 15 total.
15 total. Okay. Moonwind, please go ahead and roll us a clue die, my good sir.
It's going to be an 8.
An 8. Okay. Ooh, 8 it is. So as you guys move into the next sort of patch of wood, you guys can see that there is sorry, I moved that too early. You guys can see that above there are vines that typically would be hanging from the top of the canopy of the forest itself, and you guys can see that in this one specific area above this open patch of grass that a number of these vines have been cut and are now hanging downward perfectly from the canopy, as if a rope hanging from a ceiling. Devin, would you like to investigate check this?
Yes, please. 22 total. Let's go.
Sure. You can tell that based on the cutting of the vines that they look more like scratches on the vines rather than being cut with swords or daggers. Gentlemen, do you feel this is relevant to Moonwind?
No.
As I'm looking at these vines here, it looks like these were cut by a beast of some sort. Not an actual clean cut from a blade.
Gentlemen,
I do not believe that this is the way.
Cloud Jackal, do you agree?
So can we do any like separate investigating on our own?
You can if you would
Like
like to. Yes, absolutely.
Do I notice anything aside from the information that Leon has currently provided?
Nothing out of the ordinary unless you wanted to roll for an investigation check to look further.
Sure, I would mind doing that.
Jackal, you can also do the same if you would like to. You guys can roll any sort of rolls that you would like to. Just let me know what you're wanting to do.
I got a 14 total.
14, okay. And you look closer towards the vines and look at the scratches that the vines come from, and you can't really quite tell what sort of creature that it came from originally, but you do notice that this is days old. There's dirt all over the scratches. There has been mud. Even some leftover fur from an animal is found on some of it.
Whatever did this to these vines did it several days ago. There's even some small tufts of fur about, and the cut marks on the vines appear to be old. I don't believe this is relevant. We should move on.
This wasn't one of you, was it?
Do you gentlemen agree?
Jackal just looks at Leon like,
Like, what the fuck? What if we made like you know how like you would trap a mouse with like a little stick and cheese? What if we did that with alcohol? Maybe Moonwind will pop out.
That's not a bad idea. You might even catch me.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, you're the one that triggers the trap because you're like, fuck, I'm thirsty.
There's just as high a likelihood we're going to find him in 3 hours from now, pissing up against a tree.
Can I look for anything else
pissed.
in the vicinity? Can I look again?
Just based off your perception, your passive perception, there is nothing really of note in this area.
Okay. Can we look for another direction?
Well, that's the next step, isn't it? You just need to figure out if this is relevant or not.
I do not believe it is relevant, and I believe we should
I do not either.
We should continue our search for Moonwind elsewhere.
Really?
Same.
Real quick, since when we get to a point of like investigation, I don't want to partake in any kind of investigation. Like I don't want to get in the way of like their work.
Yes.
I'd rather just kind of like basically like hide and keep watch if possible. Make sure we don't get like ambushed by orcs or something.
Absolutely. Totally understandable.
Yeah.
And as the group's lead tracker currently, Sam, your group was correct. It is not relevant to Moonwind. Would you like to move north, northeast, or northwest?
Let's see here. Let's go. I don't know. Maybe we should put this to like a little vote. Like, what do you guys think? Because these hexes are like, what's the measurement on these? Like 5 miles or something?
Yeah, it's hefty.
Yeah,
It's hefty.
Yeah. So
There's a lot of woods to cover per hex.
Yeah. So
What direction was the ropes that we saw?
South.
Okay.
So maybe we should try something closer to the entry point. So I'm thinking northeast.
Gentlemen,
I like that idea because I like the idea because I was thinking about there being a camp closer to the edge of the woods for them to get in and out of, but also it does move closer to a water source at the same time. So
Yeah.
I like. Okay, in character. Regarding to the map here, because I have a map, because I got one from the exchange.
Sir,
Smart person.
Thank you, sir.
He remembers.
Was that in character too?
Yeah, no. Please let that be again. It's like, I actually got this from the general store.
That one beautiful gal that Jackal wanted to murder.
Do you see this map? I got this.
See his fucking map
With a generous bosom.
Okay. And the party will move north.
All right.
We go the
I'm
direction
going to
we
suggest
just
we
talked
move
about.
northeast, as it is closer to a water source, but also closer to the edge of the forest.
Jackal and Cloud, do you agree?
Yeah, I got a good feeling about the
preference, so let's just
northeast.
keep moving.
And you guys move 5 miles northeast here.
We did it.
Boris, could you please roll me a survival check, sir?
Absolutely. Oh, that is a total of 20.
Very nice, sir. Moonwind, please roll me a clue die.
Can't imagine he's that hard to find. It's like the only blue thing besides water in the woods, right? Like,
As far as we
13.
know.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
I'm sorry, Moonwind?
It's gonna be a 13.
13. Beautiful.
Fight the shit out of you.
As you guys move into this next section of the forest here, you can see that there is one area that is sort of a open, maybe 20-30 foot square feet area of grass, about knee high in front of you guys. And Boris, as you guys enter, you look down and see that there is a line of grass going through this field that is flattened all in one direction. Cloud, Jackal, Leon, what would you guys like to do?
Are there any footsteps in the flattened grass indicating a direction of travel?
Roll me a perception check, please.
$21 total.
Ooh,
Yes, you can see a number of foot tracks that are sort of on the sides of this area of grass, this line of grass that's flattened out. They are larger tracks than the normal human person.
Works hard. Bigger. Can I investigate to see if
Are they booted or barefoot?
Combination of both, Cloud. Combination of both. And Leon, yes, you can roll an investigation check if you like.
What direction were the boots? Were the good lord? Were the tracks going?
The boots are all pointing in the same direction that the grass is flattened towards. Leon, what are you showing us here? What's going on here?
Oh, whoa! It switched over. That's crazy.
It did. It did switch over.
Yeah.
Why don't you just tell us, buddy?
18.
Okay, you can just tell us, brother. It's okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I didn't realize it was using this, so
no, it's okay. Leon, you look down into the grass that's flattened, and you can kind of see closely that it's flattened in a way that it started pulling some of the grass up and out of the dirt that's underneath it, signifying to you that this is flat because someone was dragged through it.
Guys, I think this could be the way. With the multiple tracks and the grass being pulled out of the ground, you can tell that something was being dragged through here. Possibly Moonwind.
Are the tracks fairly fresh?
Yes, they are. There is a level of moisture that is still there and present in them.
I'm gonna dip my fingers in the mud. Like, yes, the mud has not dried yet.
Jackal, do you agree?
Yeah.
Congratulations, gentlemen. That is relevant to Moonwind's disappearance here. Boris, which direction would you like to lead the group?
Did they drag him belly up or belly down? Because his belly down is like he probably couldn't put his wiener away, so there's like another little drag mark or something. Like, this is relevant information.
Wait a second. There was a large Neverwinter caterpillar that went through these parts.
The Alaskan
Or around Neverwinter's you got a fat cock.
larva, if you could. I believe
Or
this
around
is the
Neverwinter's
size
you got a fat
of
cock.
Neverwinter boat fly.
A lot of wood in these here woods.
Moonwind's well known around
DJ.
here. Well endowed. Boris, would you like to move
There's a
north,
speck of blue here.
north or northeast?
Which way did they determine this like trail goes?
Oh, it is pointed at in between north and northeast. At the very end of the grass, the forest sort of comes back again. So you know that generally that is the right direction.
Okay, so I think going north is a good idea because again, the water source idea I think was pretty solid.
Correct. Agreed.
So let's go north.
Yep.
And
North
the
it
group
is.
moves
I agree.
north. And now, Boris, we have you roll another survival check, sir.
God, they're just getting better, dude. That's a 23 total.
Jesus, man.
Dude,
He's rolling up.
You get a +8, bro. Like,
Boris is just tracking, brother. Moonwind, please roll me a clue die.
17.
17. You guys come to a sort of small creek that is running down through the forest, and when you do, there is a little bit of a thicker area of sort of dead bushes, of just the branches and stems of what the bush used to be. And as you guys approach, you see Boris kind of run up to one of the bushes in sort of a invigorated, exciting way, where Boris is on a dead sprint coming into this area, and you see him kind of go up to this bush, and he maneuvers some of the branches out of the way, plucks up one thing, and turns towards Leon, Cloud, and Jackal. And in his hand, he's holding one single blue hair.
Pubic hair. Oh.
And at the very end of this hair,
No.
there is a line of smoke sort of frolicking from the tip. Gentlemen,
That must be
Harold
from
been
Moonwind.
like that, actually?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look at this character art
his
on
his hair turns
You can
into
see that-
clouds. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we found his so we're okay. I mean, again,
I mean, can we confirm it's his?
I'm just gonna like hold it and like give it to Leon. Just be like, I think we're on the right path here.
passive knowledge, this looks like Moonwind's hair.
Gentlemen, it is absolutely relevant. You guys remember that Moonwind is the only man with blue hair. He must be the only man with blue hair in the area of Phandalin. There's no way that there's another Air Jenesy frolicking the woods of Neverwinter on his own.
Imagine if there was.
Boris, I ask you, would you want to travel the group northeast or north further?
What do you guys think? Like, should we go closer to the water source, or maybe like this path diverts somehow? Like maybe it goes northeast then north, because that's got like kind of more surface area in that water
My
source.
gut
Like,
wants.
what
My
are
gut
you
says
saying?
to head north directly towards the river.
That's kind of what direction is this ruffled bush? Is there a definite direction? Because we just went north last time.
There is not a definite direction, unfortunately. There's not anything sort of indicating a path or anything like that. The bush pretty much was just right in the middle of this area.
Okay.
Think
I'm
just
gonna
north?
suggest. I'm gonna suggest north.
All right, we got one
North
for
as well.
north, two for north.
For north?
All right,
North it is.
north it is. Yep.
We head north.
And that serves is democracy manifest.
Get your hands off my penis!
A
A man can enjoy a meal, a
Chinese
succulent
meal.
Chinese meal.
Chinese meal.
Boris, please roll me another survival check, sir.
All right, here we go. Low roll.
He's done it. He's done it again.
It's
He's
a
done it
20
again.
It's a 26 total.
26. Godly.
How do you get
Goddamn,
better
goddamn.
at tracking? You get better at tracking.
Goddamn.
Yeah, you're just
God
more
damn.
He's
clues you
warmed up
get.
now. He's
like-
warmed up.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I'm warmed up
Yeah.
now, man. Like,
Dude,
the-
if we get to
I did-
combat, he's gonna
Trying to
roll so
brush the
bad.
rust off, man.
Literally, the first hex was just him going like this. He's like, all right.
Oh.
It's been a minute. It's been a
All
minute.
right.
It's
You
that.
got
It's
the
that
little
Bayside
sweatband
shirt.
on.
It's that Bayside shirt. It's your good luck shirt.
Yeah, that's it.
That's one of them,
Moonwind,
Yeah,
please
yeah,
roll the clear
yeah.
die.
Yeah.
That's just going to be a 14.
14.
You got the 14 there, Lottie.
You fellas come to a sort of not overpass, but here we have the what looks to be the very end of a river coming into now turning into just a series of small creeks. And you can hear the water sort of gently moving along. And here at the just near the river where it breaks into creeks, you guys find a large stack of sort of opened wood boxes and not crates, but sort of like milk wooden pallets, all sort of covered in an assortment of fruit and dry meat. Some pelts are in there. What would you guys like to do? Boris.
Can I investigate it?
While they're investigating, I'm going to take the time to start ritual casting Detect Poison and Disease.
Okay, absolutely. And that's a 1 minute cast time, right?
Rituals are all 10-minute cast times, but it does not use a spell slot.
Gotcha.
And
Leon,
I'm going to do it on all that food and stuff.
perfect. Leon,
Yeah.
go ahead and roll your investigation check.
I only got a 13.
Okay. So Leon, you kind of look closer at the fruit and you can kind of, yeah, I mean, like you can see like the bananas and the oranges and stuff that are sort of cluttered on the ground here in front of the crates, but there's nothing you really see out of the ordinary. But the question really is like, why are these just here, right?
Is there anything that has a definite emblem or mark that we can tell that it's from the carriage that we found south of the woods?
No indefinite marks, but it could be.
Because that's where my mind is sitting at right now.
Cloud Jackal, what do you guys want to do with this?
Can I would like to climb a nearby tree to try to get like a different vantage point on the area.
Okay.
Don't go too high up. We'll have to call the firefighters.
Just get stuck up there, paralyzed up there.
Hey, I
Taking on a branch.
hey, I can be your firefighter because I fight with fire.
Please no.
Just burn the damn tree down to get you down,
Alright.
dude.
Cloud, please roll me a athletics check.
$21 total.
So, Cloud, you kind of just claws out, rush your way up this tree, and this tree is a good 50, 60 feet high. The trees here have been here for a very long time. So you climb your way all the way up to this tree, making your way, wading through between the branches, and once you get to the top, you can feel the firm support of this tree holding you up, indicating how ancient this forest really is. And you look over the top of the canopy here, and you can see that the sun is now set. It's below the horizon line. But more importantly, you also see nothing. Just forest as far as the eye can see. You can see the breaks in the forest from the river that is beneath them, but you do not see smoke. You do not see light. Jackal, what about you? Anything you would like to do with this?
Just get a little bit more I calm down a little bit more because feel like we're getting close. But at the same time, I'm still clutching. I'm like, just keep an eye out, like I'm just squinting. Jackal's squinting, looking around, just like scanning.
Sure. Leon, Cloud, Jackal, is this pile of goods relevant or not to Moonwind's disappearance?
I almost want to say it is because I think it is relevant to the carriage that we found, and we're assuming that orcs took Moonwind, and we do know that orcs attacked that carriage. So that is my gut instinct that I want to say.
Cloud, Jackal, are you in agreement?
Because why else would it be out here in the middle of the woods? That's what I want to think is Leon.
I think it is more likely to be related to the orcs than not to be related to the orcs.
Okay. Jackal?
But it also could be smugglers or bandits, so...
Can Jackal look at it and see if this is work of, like what Cloud just said? Is it work of bandits or actual orcs.
If you'd like to do an investigation check, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. A 10 total.
10 total. You look down at the pallets that some of the pelts are on. And when you look at them, you sort of notice, wow, that's weird that pelts are here. Why would they have pelts with a bunch of fruit and stuff? But that's all you really pick out of it. Gentlemen,
I mean,
go ahead, Jackal.
I was like, I'll just say that Jack was just gonna say, strange that pelts and all these fruit together, but
Did I notice Boris do his ritual cast earlier?
Yeah. You guys saw him start up.
Boris, have you determined if any of this meat is fair game?
Am I still in the middle of the ritual cast, or have I cast it?
I would say it's been 10 minutes for sure.
Okay. Is any of this... So, I'll just read it off to you here. So this lasts for 10 minutes, and it's for the duration. I sense the location of poisons, poisonous or venomous creatures, and magical contagions within 30 feet of myself. I sense the kind of poison creature contagion in each case. It is blocked by 1 foot of stone, dirt or wood, 1 inch of metal, or a thin sheet of lead. So I'd have to like open stuff up and look in if I need to. Is any of this poisoning? Can we eat this?
No, it is not poisoned. This is a bunch of fresh fruit, fresh dried meat. Yeah, everything looks good. It checks out. You don't sense anything nefarious with this.
About how many days of rations is this food?
Days. It's a pretty hefty stockpile of fruit and meat. I'd probably say 4 or 5 days worth.
And that's for like all of us, or just like individually?
There's an argument to be made for either or. It could kind of fall in between. Maybe 3 people could survive off this for 5 days. 2 people could survive for a week, maybe, you know.
Yeah, I'll just...
Do you know how fresh this is? How fresh this fruit is?
It's fresh.
I mean, it's not fresh picked, but it's definitely like a little bit traveled. But you know, it's not rotting. It's not old. It's the bananas are not like super bruised or anything.
Yeah, I'll just let everybody know that the food is, you know, you can eat it and you'll be fine. Like, it's not poisoned at all. And I mean, that gives us, you know, more food for survival just in case. So,
Sure, sounds good to me.
yeah, especially if they have like dried meat in there too, like that's gonna last a long time. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we haven't ate in like a full ass day. So I'm gonna take a piece of meat and I'm gonna slice some of it up and hand everybody a slice with Boris telling us that it's good.
Boris is gonna eat a banana, dude. This is hell on his joints.
Wanna-
Need potassium,
wanna-
son.
Whatever food I'm handed to, Jackal's gonna put in his bag. I'm just gonna save it for later.
Gentlemen,
Doesn't have an appetite right now.
I ask you, finally, is this relevant to Moonwind or no?
My instinct is gonna say yes, only because I think it's relevant from the orcs attacking the carriage and everything was empty. That's me personally. I could be wrong, but that's my thought process that I want to hand over to you guys.
Ooh, I do have a concern with this though. If we take this food, I just thought about this.
Yeah.
If this is like a little supply cache that they like left behind, they might come back for it later. Or they're gonna know someone's here, like basically fucking with their stuff. So the way I see this is it's a win-win in regards to like we get supplies and then they're gonna try to start like sniffing us out, which then maybe we can capture one of them. And I'll be saying this like kind of like theory crafting out loud too, so like Cloud can hear it. So like maybe this will put them on our trail, and then we might be able to find answers for Cloud as well.
I like this.
Cloud, Jackal, what say
I
you?
like this.
I say we continue on with the trail we've been following.
He's also going to be saying this with like eating banana the whole time.
Come on, so you guys.
Cloud, is this
Oh,
relevant?
Cloud loves to eat banana.
I would like to ask: are the trees dense enough that I can follow I can follow the group not on the ground?
It would be incredibly difficult. The canopy is very thick, not just with trees, but with vines, with spider webs. There are also some creatures up there that could potentially harm you if you stayed up too high.
Well, I'm talking like a branch or two above the group,
Sure.
off the ground,
Um.
not up in the canopy.
Yeah, I could say that'd be okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Feline Tarzan.
Yeah, I just kind of want to stay nearby.
Cloud, is this relevant?
Yes, I believe it is.
Jackal, is this relevant?
I believe so.
Congratulations, gentlemen. It is relevant. You guys can see there a trail on the other side of the creek. When you look closer, there is a trail of tracks and the further drag mark that you had seen earlier going further east from all of you. And I do not need you guys to choose that one. Boris, please roll me one more survival check.
You natted it? He nat 20?
Did he nat it?
He
Fuck
nat 20.
off, dude. Fuck off, bro.
He's actually heating up. He's heating up.
He's eating up, dude.
Dude, let him cook. Let him cook,
Holy
bro.
shit, dude.
In every way. Let him cook.
It just got better every roll, like by.
Dude, for real.
I've never had that happen in all my years of playing D&D, man.
Moonwind, please roll me a clue die.
That'd be a 12, sir.
A 12, all right. As you guys come to another sort of, not like creek, but it's like the very end of a creek where the rocks start to be taller than the water that's actually moving with them. And it's now kind of forming just like a small pond that's here. And next to this pond, as you guys approach, Boris can see a small pile of broken and shattered seashells that are next to this pond. They're a combination of blue and white and pink, and they're all pretty much broken up into pieces in this small pile. Leon, Cloud, Jackal, what do you guys do with this?
I investigate, of course.
Okay, go ahead.
You said they're just like in a pile on the ground?
Just a handful of broken seashells stacked on top of each other, yeah.
17 total.
17. Is there anything specific, Leon, that you are sort of looking for?
Seeing if there's any tracks around these shells, like if somebody stepped on them or something like that, or anything like that.
Oh, just
Drag.
general like footprints that are nearby it. Okay,
Like that could have crushed these shells.
gotcha. Yeah, there you do kind of very blatantly see just a small series of little footprints. They are still of humanoid nature. They're sort of the shape of boots, but they're much small, more fit for a child, if you will.
Like a dwarf or a halfling, something like that. That's
right.
my basic knowledge of races within
Yes,
the
correct.
area. All right, I'm going to outright say
It appears there's tracks here, but not of any of the like that we are searching for. It's the size of a child, a halfling or a dwarf. Not anything relatable to an orc or Moonwind, perchance. Does anybody want to have a closer look at this area with me?
Me Jackal walks up and looks at the shells. Can he identify like any markings or?
Yeah. Please roll me an investigation check, sir.
All right, brother. Nat 20. Holy fuck.
Whoa! Wow. Dude. Holy shit.
That makes up for your
Oh,
yeah, early
damn,
rolls.
dude. Yeah, you pick up the biggest piece of not broken shell that is present there. It's still broken, but it's the biggest piece of a section. And you kind of look at it and you flip it up and down, and you don't notice any markings, but what you do notice is there's some small sort of smudges of mud that are on them that don't indicate a regular human being. These are really tiny fingerprints laid all over the outside of this shell.
See this right here? It's like, give it up to Leon. I mean, I think you're right. These fingerprints are too small for what we're looking for, but I don't know if that narrows down anything for us.
I agree. Like I said earlier, I do not think this is relatable to us finding it, Moonwind.
Cloud, what do you do?
Do I notice anything interesting from my perspective up in the trees?
Please roll me a perception check.
Obviously looking kind of down into like the pond-like area where they're investigating.
Sure.
Oof.
Oh no.
9 total.
Damn.
Damn.
Nothing.
So you look downward into sort of the pond, and you're only just a few feet above where the rest of them are standing, and you look downward. You can see that there's a fish in the pond.
Yep. All right.
And
That
that's
about tracks.
interesting that there's natural life in this end of this creek. That's strange, but
Oh, actually, that's important. We haven't seen any animals.
Yeah, I guess I'll point that out to the group. I'll just kind of shout, like, look, wildlife, and then I'll point to the fish in the pond.
Boris, Leon, and Jackal, could you please roll me perception checks?
Oh shit.
18 total.
I also got an 18 total.
I also got an 18 total.
Trip 18, dude. What the fuck, dude?
Damn, dude.
What the fuck, dude? Yeah,
Unanimous.
You guys look closer into the pond, and you notice that there is this small shape that's there within the water. But when you look closer, you notice the fish is dead and just kind of floating. From Cloud's perspective, it looked like it might have been moving because of the movement of the water, but no, this fish is dead.
That fish is dead.
It's still the first thing we've
Bor-
seen.
Boris, can you tell if this water is toxic? It's out of my depth.
I mean, I can. It'll take some time, but I can.
Would you like to check again?
Yeah, I mean, I can ritual cast detect poison and disease again.
Sure. And you start kind of setting up your ritual here. And if you guys could all please roll me one more perception check.
Jesus.
20 total.
17 total. 17.
24 total.
Of course.
Do you want me to roll even though I'm starting the
Please.
ritual?
Yes, please.
Oh. Ooh. I rolled a 1, so I got a 7 total.
7 total. Okay.
I'm really locked in on the ritual, dude.
So, you guys, as Boris starts sort of setting things up, from off in the distance, just sort of over this line of trees that you guys can see to the east of you, you suddenly hear, "Oi! My friend here says you're all a bunch of cunts!" And then, followed closely by a massive explosion that booms across. And you guys can see the bright flash of red. Fire gusting out from that direction. What do you guys do?
Well,
I mean,
is it at us? Is it at us?
No, it's off in a direction there. It's not near you guys. You just heard the explosion.
It's in the. How far in the distance? Can we tell how far away the explosion was?
Let's have you all give me survival checks.
Okay. Survival.
I got a 15 total.
15 total for me as well.
Survival. Not teen total. Not.
Boris?
23 total.
You guys can immediately tell that it's not anywhere near close, but it's also not super far away. Maybe 5 miles tops. Like, it's within running distance, if you will.
In which direction was it again?
East.
East.
Let's go.
I start
I definitely want to stay. I want to stay in the trees, but I do want to head east as fast as I can.
All right. I will follow the group. I'm going to trust the group's intuition. So whatever you guys would like to do, I'm going to do that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to throw my torch into the water, and then I'm going to draw my sword.
Beautiful. Okay. You guys rush towards the bright red that you see, and as you guys are running through the forest, you can see the glow of red becoming larger and brighter as you move your way through until you guys get to a part of the forest where the trees are actually on fire. And you can see that there are broken pieces of wood scattered all over around different parts in between trees, and even up in the branches and the bushes and everywhere around you, you can see this glowing bright red of the trees on fire. And as you come closer to the brightness, you know you have to just keep following. And there you find a bridge, a very small footbridge, and you cross it to find what looks to be a large encampment. Except this encampment is strewn with one gate in the front, about 30 feet tall. And the sides of this gate are protected by large pikes sticking outward towards you, towards the outside of this camp. And you can see that the entire forest around this area is completely engulfed in flame. And more importantly, the wood that you were seeing in between trees is now cluttered even more densely sort of around this area, with the pikes themselves now on fire as well. And as you approach even closer, just there off the footbridge, you can see two orcs standing at the sides of the gate. Gentlemen, you can see from within the encampment there is a large cliff that sort of overhangs the camp from the right. And you can see just kind of maybe 30 feet off in that direction, you can see some movement with some beings holding torches, and their silhouettes shaped as if they are holding swords as well, and axes. And more importantly, they are much larger than you. What would you guys like to do?
So we're just seeing this, right? We're just like off in the distance.
Oh shit. Okay, who was
Yeah, who set off the explosion? Do we have any evidence?
You guys do not know. You have no clue. But what you do see in between the cracks of the gate is a man in blue with blue skin being beaten over and over and over again in the middle of the encampment.
That's our man.
Moonwind.
How would you all like to approach this? Man, you guys are hesitant, dude.
Can I? All right. I just
Very
start
carefully.
I gesture to the rest of the party like this, and I start. Can I like hide preemptively and like start sneaking around?
Yeah, do they see us? Do they see us?
They have not seen you yet, no.
You said there were 2 guards, correct?
Yes, one on each side. We have, and I'll ping them for you. We have this orc and this orc.
Okay.
And they're
Wait, which horse again?
those big ones.
So and there's a how big is that gap to like jump across from that bridge?
For the bridge that's there, it's maybe 3 feet. It's not that far.
Okay.
You guys thankfully have some
Well,
very tall grass that they have not caught you behind yet.
Yeah, so I'll duck down. Jackal knows common sign language, so I'm going to sign to him that like basically I've got right,
Mm-hmm. I'll take that.
and I would like to hide.
Okay. Cloud, Leon.
Does the tall
You can
grass
surprise them.
let's see, how do
Is
it like it what is the bridge covering? Like what is it over, I suppose, is what I'm asking.
Just a crack of even taller grass. It's not water. There's just some overgrowth that is there within a crack in the ground.
How deep is it?
Perfect. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask next.
It'd be difficult to tell because of how much grass is within.
Can I hop into it?
If you'd like to, yes.
Into the grass?
Please roll me a athletics check.
Take that. I'll take that chances. $17 total.
And Cloud, what are you trying to do here, if you don't mind me asking as DM?
My intent is to kind of sneak along the grass line to the orc on the left hand side near the rock.
I see. Okay.
In the crack, like in the stay low in there.
Gotcha.
That's what I'd like to do.
That's the case, Leon. I ask you, what are you wanting to do?
I am going to remain hidden until these boys can set up and do what they want to do.
Remain hidden, okay.
And
And
I'm kind of like the glass cannon right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Jackal, yes.
I'm gonna sign over to both Boris and Leon, just saying like you two together and me and like I rush over, I tap on the cloud, like me and him.
It's Boris and I know sign language. Leon does not.
Yeah.
I do not. I'm just gonna be like,
yeah, and then I just see Boris. Like,
I'm gonna sign back to him and be like, he's dumb. He's
I will say, guys, I can speak orc.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be very.
Imagine Leon just pops out. Hey, what it do, baby?
He just walks across the bridge with his swagger.
What's
going on?
You can do that if you want to.
I got Uber Feasts here. For
Uber Feasts. Yeah, all commander order for.
Just tries to charisma.
Do you guys want to set up?
I mean, it's up to you. You can do whatever you want.
You do what what's Leon gonna do, brother? Do what Leon.
I wouldn't be mad, but I would also be mad. I wouldn't be mad, but I'd be mad. Just a little bit.
I think so. Okay, so we have like a good setup here, right? To like, because I assume what Cloud is doing is like he's gonna like Navy SEAL one of these fucking things, just like grab him and bring him down and just start kicking the shit out of him. Basically, like we can
my crossbow, so I got like
yeah. So like we can coordinate this like super sweet attack, and the signal is like Eldritch Blast. Like he shoots one, it's just like we just fucking opened up on these guys. Like
how would you explain that to Leon?
I got this. I'm gonna whisper over to Boris. Whisper as quietly as I possibly can, so he can sign over to Jackal. All right, because I see that Jackal's doing sign language. I know it's sign language, but I can't understand it. Right?
Sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I need you guys to set up. This is a very dire situation. There's a lot of orcs. I see a lot of orcs here. I need you to get ready for my signal.
What's the signal?
You'll know the signal when I do the signal.
Is it Eldritch Blast?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
And so Leon,
I'm gonna sign it now.
Leon,
meanwhile, I'm still getting beat to a bloody pulp right now. Well, you guys are
fine. You'll be fine.
Am I tied up, by the way?
No, you're not tied up, but you are getting the shit beat out of you right now.
Okay. All right.
Is that the best you got?
I'm gonna look at everybody and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna tell Boris, tell everybody to give me a thumbs up when they're ready.
Thumbs up. That's universal sign language as far as anybody knows. So yeah, I'll fucking
that level of meta play is fucking crazy, dude.
No, this is my character. This is how he's acting.
I know, dude. I know. That's so funny. So Leon gets up and he kind of brushes himself off, and Leon's and
what the fuck are you doing?
He starts walking across this bridge.
Here, can I move my guy? Move my guy?
Absolutely.
All right. Wait. Before I do this, I want to make sure everybody is ready, though. Like, you're right where you want to be.
I saw what Boris gestured, but then seeing Leon get up, it freaks Jackal out just a little bit. And I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? And I aim away from.
moving. I'm just kind of sneaking through the grass to get closer.
I'll sneak with Cloud, but I'm aiming towards where the front instead of the target that we're going after. So I'll kind of have his back, like I'll have my back towards Cloud right now. Just like,
Okay.
what's he doing?
All right, you guys ready?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna walk, step foot onto the bridge. Deep breath. Okay.
Tip of the tongue.
Hey, what's going on, boys? I didn't realize there was a barbecue in Neverwinter tonight.
And the orcs kind of look at you, and they're sort of squinting their eyes, looking over, and they look at each other and look back over again. One of them says, "Oi, who are you?"
I'm gonna speak back to him in orc. I'm like, I'm Leon Hotswell of Baldur's Gate, and I'm just here adventuring the woods. And look, to my surprise, there's an orc barbecue happening. What sort of party are you having tonight?
And they look back at each other again and look back at you. And you can hear it say, "Why do you know orc?"
Listen, I fancy learning multiple languages because I like to befriend the ones that think that nobody could be friends with. I would like to join you in I learned orc from a good friend of mine named Ogie back in school, back in Baldur's Gate.
In school.
At uni.
At uni, you know, he's the best mate. He's my best
And
mate.
one of the orcs kind of,
Do you know Ogie?
"No, I don't know Ogie. Who are you? What are you doing here?"
Listen, I was just adventuring in these woods, and I got concerned when I heard someone yell a very spicy word. I'm going to whisper it to him. I heard cunt very loudly. So I just came to make sure everybody was okay. And then, to my fancy, there's a barbecue here. I love barbecues. What are you guys cooking up?
The other orc to the right of you sort of looks at the other guy and just sort of shrugs. And the orc that's engaging with you pulls out his axe from his side, and he says, "Why should I believe you?" Please, Leon, if you could roll me a persuasion check.
It's like,
We could be
that's
best
the best part. You
friends.
should Eldritch Blast and just.
I got a 24 total.
No way.
Moonwind, your hand was up for a quick moment.
Am I still getting beat up? Has this interrupted the beating session?
You guys can hear the from behind the gate nonstop.
Since I can hear it, I'm gonna be like, "Are you guys tenderizing some meat back there to get ready to put on the spit roast?"
What's it to ya?
Listen, let me tell you what. I am very good at getting information from an individual. It is actually my specialty.
And they both.
I look at Cloud. Me and Cloud just like exchange glances. Like, what the fuck?
And the orc kind of, you can see him lower his axe for a moment. He goes, "Information, huh?"
I'm very good. It's my specialty. I'm gonna crack my knuckles and just be like, "Do you need help?"
"What kind of information can you get?"
Any kind of information you're looking for. I can see through the crack. I see that you have an individual there that you guys are trying to find something from. Is only to my assumption with the way that he's being interacted with right now. I have a very peculiar way of divulging information, and I'm going to just kind of show them a little bit of purple. I can persuade anybody.
Persuade.
Yes. If you need me to extract something, I know ways to dive into the mind of an individual, to take that sliver out of a specific section that you're looking for.
And
to my point of it looks like you need some help. It looks like that individual is not talking. Maybe I can force it out of him.
And that orc...
I'm just gonna like look over at Jackal while we're sitting in the bushes waiting, and I'm just gonna sign to him. Just that's what the fucking sign language, by the way.
And the orc will look towards the other orc with his axe sort of down at its side, and they both sort of shrug and look back at you, and then he looks back again, and you can see him murmur, Akoshka Yargoth.
I understand this, so what did he say?
He said, can he be useful to Yargoth? And
I'm gonna immediately say, I believe I can.
And the other orc looks at you, and he lifts up his axe and points it to you now, and says, what can you do for Yargoth that we can't?
I would like to cast Detect Thoughts to detect his thought, to show him what I can do.
Okay, what does Detect Thought require of you?
It just requires a vocal and a hand signal.
Okay, is this a cantrip or?
No, it's one of my spell slots.
Spell slots, okay.
Yep, I'm gonna cast, and it lasts for 10 minutes, so I can use it constantly for 10 minutes.
It's an instant casting time?
Yes.
Okay. So,
and it's a 30-foot radius, so I can detect thoughts of anything within 30 feet.
Go ahead and give me your gesture phrasing here.
Rethario.
And when you do that, the orc on your left sort of shifts back for a second. And the orc to your right, you can hear within your head, behind your eyes, him thinking, if we can get him inside, we can gut him.
I'm going to immediately point at the one to my right and just be like, don't think that you can just gut me once I'm inside. I'm here to help. And I'm going to point at him.
And that orc sort of looks baffled that you were able to sort of call him on it. And the other orc, in sort of parallel shock, looks towards you and says, we're not gonna have no magic Nancy around here. And he lifts up his axe and swings downward towards you.
Go time!
Everyone, please roll me initiative.
Oh shit.
Me as well, or?
Yes,
I got 21.
That
is that I got 21. That's a nat 20.
21. That's a nat 20. What do you mean?
My initiative is +1. I got a nat 20.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool. Boris.
I have a total of 10.
10. Okay. Cloud.
16 plus 4, 20 total.
4, 20 total. Jackal.
7.
7. And
7.
Moonwind.
This is actually quite fitting. I also have a 7.
All right, and let's have.
Hey, Jackal.
Let's have. Oh, you want to switch to Jackal?
Yeah, I'll switch to Jackal. He can go before me.
Then let's have Boris and Moonwind reroll. Actually, no. Just Moonwind.
I'll forfeit the roll. Then so he can go before me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then we will give Moonwind an 8. Orcs will have 2.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And Yargath will have 12. Go.
Oof.
And gentlemen,
Oh
we
my
now
god! All of the orcs are just gonna fucking go in turn. That's wild.
Yeah, I didn't want to keep you guys waiting around with doing one by one, so I'm going to minion control those bad boys. So
That's fair.
Wait, how close is? Isn't Leon supposed to be close to them, or he's just like?
No, I was kind of like
Oh.
yelling at him.
yeah.
Ooh, this
like,
is our first
no
time
sweat.
using this battle music too.
And gentlemen, we start with Leon.
How big is that tree to my right? What's the thickness of the base of it?
She a thick
Girth
boy.
of that tree.
She a thick boy.
It's a thick boy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say maybe 5 feet round.
The
She's-
California redwood right there.
That's right, baby. That's right.
Are all the orcs similar in size? Since you
Yeah.
did a minion roll.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the one that swung his axe at me?
Orc J.
Orc
That's
J.
Joseph. That's Joseph.
Janice?
Orc Janet. Yeah.
I see that there's also a gap in the gate. How big is that gap?
There isn't really a gap. Like you can kind of see like the pikes in the way that would keep you from safely being able to maneuver your way over it.
Okay. The one that really hates magic, Jay. I'm just gonna show him how much he really is. There any spikes protruding through the gate, through the wall right behind him?
No spikes, no, but there is a sort of like ornamental skull piece of a mammoth or elephant skull that is hanging from the front.
Let's see here. I'm just reading something, seeing where I'm at right now. Does this have push yet? Doesn't say. You know what? I am going to. I'm gonna just Eldritch Blast Jay and hope that the force is enough to push him back
Sweet ass,
into that
man.
man's goal. Because that's my goal right now. He wants to talk shit about magic. I'm gonna show him how much it hurts and
Sure.
see if that tusk goes through his belly.
Gotcha. Okay. We're looking for a 13, sir.
I got a +6, so let's see how this goes. I got 20 total.
All right. So, Leon, you sort of, as this orc goes leaping towards you with his axe in hand, you hold out your hand and that shine of purple breaks through the cracks of your fingers, and you let off this blast just hard enough to be able to pierce it right into his shoulder. And, Leon, could you please roll for damage?
That's going to be D10 plus 4. I got 14 straight
14.
up. Max
And
damage.
This orc goes falling to his knees. You see that what was once his shoulder is now an open hole gaping from left of his neck, and he falls to his knees in front of you, and with his eyes looks up and just goes, "Ah."
I'm gonna immediately just be like, you should have let me help you.
And will that be the end of your turn, Leon?
I'm going to take a couple steps back, so I'm gonna funnel them.
Okay. And next move to
Oh my
Cloud.
God.
Cloud, what do you do?
So I obviously don't have any special stealth abilities, but I am still hiding in these bushes here, and I am like 3 feet ish from B here. I just kind of want to like.
I
I don't want
see.
to leave the grass. I want to like.
I see what you're getting at. For the sake of rule of cool, I will allow you to roll me a stealth check, and if successful, I will give you double damage for this next attack.
Ooh.
Okay.
Big money, no whammies. Big money, big money, big money, big money. No,
Bless the
man.
D20. Bless the D20.
17 total.
Sweet,
Ooh.
my friend. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Oh, what?
And this is going to be obviously unarmed cat's claws.
Sure.
You said roll for damage, right? Not hit.
Yes.
Damage.
Okay.
The mosh.
Pretty sure cat's claws is 1d6 plus 4, so 6 damage total.
Beautiful. So
12. Doubled.
you, Cloud, kind of creep up slowly behind Orc B, and when you do, your claws open, grasp onto the back of his pants, and you rip him downward into the grass. And when you do, Jackal can see with one other arm, claws out, you striking down into the grass, and he can hear this with the like underneath it, and blood spraying everywhere. Cloud,
The goddamn horror movie.
he is not dead yet, so you are still engaged with him here in the grass.
Perfect. I would like to use my bonus action to make a second unarmed strike with my cat's claw.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
Oh. 11 plus 6, 17.
Okay, and roll for damage for me. Actually, don't even worry about it. How do you do this, my friend?
Oh.
There was no way you were gonna take out his last 3 hit points, dude.
Oh yeah, man. No, we're just gonna keep this. We're just gonna keep this simple and clean. Claws out. I'm just gonna like grab the side of his face and then just rake across and just drag his ass to the dirt. He's just going into the grass.
And you
Assassin's Creed hide the body kill style.
You can hear when you slash across his face, his neck snap with the slash from how hard you hit across it. And Jackal can hear from underneath the grass. Cloud, is that going to be the end of your turn?
Can I still make movement?
Yeah, if you'd like to, yes.
Yeah. Okay. How tall are these rocks nearby?
Maybe 2 feet tall. They're not like very tall. They're more flat and wide than they are tall.
I would very much like to keep my stealth or try to maintain my stealth if I can. And I just kind of want to well, let me measure out my movement. 1, 2, 3,
Somebody was meowing at my door.
4. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of move. Oops, forgot to select my guy. Up and over here. I'm assuming if they're very small rocks, I don't need additional stuff to climb over.
No, that's
them.
okay. I'll let you run
Okay.
across.
I assumed that was the case. And I'm just going to move about 17-ish feet, 15 up
Okay.
here. Just kind of like put myself along the spikes down low.
Underneath the pikes, yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. Okay, and now we move over to Yargath. And
Beating the brakes off
Yargath...
it.
And I didn't say a
is-
word to Jackal that whole time. I'm in fucking commando mode.
Yep, for sure, dude. Yargath holding Moonwind up by the collar of his robes. Moonwind covered in blood and beaten pulp. Yargath holds Moonwind in his hands and he says, "Who are you?"
I can't remember. Who was I? I think you're gonna have to give me another couple of punches just to jog my memory.
And Yargath will roll. Moonwind, what's your AC?
15.
15, okay. Yargath will strike you across the side of the face. Not as hard as he did, but he will strike you across the left cheek. And your head just kind of hangs there. You are lost in a daze at this point, just barely holding on here. And Yargath will end
back to me.
his turn. Jackal, go ahead. Your turn, sir.
All right. Within the grass, kind of peek upward with the crossbow. Okay. What line of sight do I have? In terms of what orc?
You can easily see Jay on his knees bleeding out, and A off to the left of him, in a state of panic, looking at his friend.
Okay. I'm gonna aim at A.
Okay.
And I want to make an attack with my crossbow.
Okay, go ahead
And do I have advantage? I want a sneak attack as well, since I'm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think you have sneak attack, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
That would connotate here. So yes, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. All right. So roll to hit for this guy.
Yep.
Yep. Nat 20.
God damn, son. God damn. Okay.
So it's a crit? Is that a crit?
That is a crit, sir. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Roll for damage. So how, like, I have to roll 1d8. The 1d8 plus 4. So that's 2d8s, right? Or what?
Are you?
Are you wondering how to roll for the damage on?
Yeah.
Oh, you would do
For crit.
double the damage dice. So you do one extra die roll.
So one more extra d8 because that's
Yes, correct. Yeah.
for the cross.
Plus
Okay.
whatever. Yeah.
Are you
Oh my
thief
God.
or assassin?
Thief. 7. So that's 7 plus 4. Oh, wait, no. I'll roll both and then plus 4, or is it plus 4?
So
each time?
you roll both and then you add the modifier because the second roll doesn't have
Okay.
the modifier to it.
All right. 10 plus 4, 14 plus 2 d6s. So 14 plus 3 is 17. One more d6. Plus 5, 22 total.
DJ, finish him for me. What does this look like?
Oh, I see. As soon as I see Cloud rush up, Jackal just flicks over to. He notices Jay bleeding out, and he sees Cloud run up. Like, he's got that guy. So he flicks over to A, and just take a deep and exhale. It just lets it fling out, and aim right between the arrow. Just goes right in between his eyes. It goes clean through, and he's just still in a shock daze, and he just falls backward.
And Orc A
Yeah.
falls over dead. Jackal, sir, do you want to make any movement?
Am I still stealth? Did they detect me? Am I still in hiding?
I would say that Orc J is not particularly concerned about you more than he is about trying to stay alive right now. So no, you're not detected yet by any other orcs.
Okay, so I'm gonna flank around where Cloud was. So I'm just gonna move like what each square is 5, right?
5 feet, yeah.
5. How much movement? 30, 5, 10, 15. 20. I'm gonna move to this rock right here and just chill behind this rock.
Here, we'll have you right here. There you go. Okay, and next we move to Moonwind. Moonwind, you are in what we would call a sort of technically prone position. So you are going to lose half of your movement distance. Not just because of the prone thing, but because you have 2 levels of exhaustion from being beaten for the past however long. This means you have a deduction of movement, and you are rolling at a disadvantage for any attacks for the remainder of this combat. Moonwind, Yargath is about to swing downward on you once again. Go ahead and do your turn.
So anything I do at this point, basically, I'm rolling at a disadvantage.
Pretty much, yes.
Could I roll? Because basically, if I'm successful, I know what I want to do. If I'm not successful, I know what I want to do.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Damn. Okay. So that's basically it's a 7.
So you're rolling. Did you roll 2 dice or?
Yes, I rolled 2.
Okay. So 7.
And the lower was yeah. So, okay. Wait. Before you do, the name is coming to me.
Your mom.
And I lost it. And then I just like to try and throw a block.
Okay. Put your arm up.
But because I'm exhausted, it's kind of like a half-assed
Moonwind, do you make any movement? If you do, you will have to take an attack on the way out. So, okay. We move to Boris.
I believe Orc Ian over there is about to get fucked up. So, okay. He's gonna get hit with Hunter's Mark.
Okay, absolutely.
And then he doesn't know I'm there. So
yep. I'm
gonna shoot at him.
I'll allow you to roll with an advantage for the sneak. Per the rule of cool, gentlemen.
This guy's so fucked. Okay. That is a total of 25 to hit.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Go ahead and roll damage, sir.
So I got a new ability now.
Okay.
Basically, everything turns to force damage.
Oh.
I get to roll the d6 from Hunter's Mark, and then I get to do additional d6 of force damage because I'm a Horizon Walker.
Okay.
So he's going to get hurted. All right, so grand total of damage to him is... that is going to be 13 damage to him total.
Okay. And Boris, you knock your bow back, release the arrow, and you can see this arrow pummel straight into Orc Ian. And when it hits him directly in the chest, you can see his body fly back onto the rock that's behind him. And he lets out a screeching howl into the air. Boris, what else do you do?
Let's go ahead and...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to chill. I'm good.
Stay there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Sounds good. And now we move to the orcs. Orc A is dead. Orc B is dead. And we shall have Orc C. He overheard Orc Ian crash onto the rock here. Orc D is going to follow in pursuit with him. Orc H is going to move up over here after he had seen it. Orc G is going to stay. Orc F, there we go.
Gregory.
And Orc J, who is on his last lifeline, is going to move his way up and over to Cloud and make an attack on Cloud. Cloud, what's your AC? 17. I will have Orc J roll at a disadvantage because he is like near the end of his fucking life, so... I got a 1. So...
No way.
He'll kind of sort of... he stumbles his way up forward. And as he's walking to try to get to Leon, he overhears just a small sound to the right and looks over to see Cloud sort of hunched downward underneath this pike trying to hide. And he goes, "Hey!" and goes to back swing his axe towards Cloud. And Cloud ducks just underneath the axe, getting hit into the pike that's there. We now move to, because all the other orcs are not going to be active currently, we go to Leon, my good sir.
So, which orcs are active and which ones are not? It's D, C, I, and J.
Yes, correct. Yeah. The other orcs have not overheard what's going on yet.
I is almost dead, right? So
I is almost dead, and J is almost dead.
Yeah. I think it's just time I just start picking off. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. And I'm gonna Eldritch Blast Orc C.
Okay. I will allow it. He's sort of like standing over Orc Eyes, like almost corpse here, trying to get this arrow out of his chest. So go ahead and roll to attack.
Yeah. The way I look at it is if I miss and it hits I dies.
Sure.
Okay. I got a 13 to hit?
Yes.
I got exactly 13. I got 7 plus 6.
Beautiful. Go ahead and roll for damage.
I did. That is 8 damage total.
8 damage, okay. And Leon, you sort of hold your hand out and let off another Eldritch Blast here. And when you do, the beam goes straight through C, knocking him into D backwards, and you can see Orc C, fall down. We'll call him Orc Clyde. How about that? Falls down onto his ass in front of the Orc D, Devin. Orc Daniel. We'll call him Orc Daniel. You said it was 13 damage?
Yeah.
And Leon, anything else you would like to do with your turn, sir?
No. I'm just stating this because I just realized this. Detect magic and speak with animals are ritual casts for me. I just now noticed that.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. No, that's gonna be my turn. I'm gonna have the crevasse be my barrier.
Sure. Cloud, we move to you.
Sweet. I'm gonna punch the fuck out of this orc.
Yes, sir, you are.
Like straight up, like that's all we're doing. Like he came over to me and he had the audacity to swing his axe and miss. So
if you miss, can your punch go through like the hole that's in his like body?
Oh, that'd be gross. All right, punching this asshole.
Yep.
Oh, cat's claws, unarmed strike. 15 plus 6, so 21.
Nice, dude. Okay, roll for damage. No, don't roll for damage. Cloud, finish him for me, man. What do you do? Oh, die. He's dying. That's what he's gonna do.
You're killing me with this don't roll for damage shit, though. You're like, don't roll for damage.
I mean, if he has one fucking hit point left, I mean, fuck him, dude. Like, you know what I mean? He doesn't get a chance.
Because I'm only gonna half acknowledge this guy. He's gonna fucking... I'm just gonna fucking, like, just a side... Just a Hulk punch, dude.
Okay. Just Hulk punch right down the center.
Good. Yeah, dude. Just like, I'm just gonna reach out and just side clock this dude.
Done. So you send your fist right into the center of his torso, and you can see blood splatter over your face as that reaches out onto you. Cloud, anything else you would like to do with your turn, sir?
Yes. So I am going to make my movement, but I do have a question just because I've never taken these actions in this order before.
Sure.
Can I make my bonus action after my movement?
Yeah, you can do your turn in whatever order you would like to.
Okay. Okie dokie. That's quite interesting then. Okay. I think what I am going to do is start off by moving 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
That's the gate, brother. It's right here.
Oh, there's a gate there.
Yeah,
I thought it was an open gate.
No,
gotcha.
it's closed. It's closed. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I can open it though if you want me to.
No, that's okay. That just changes my plan only slightly. Can the gate be climbed?
You would have to roll really high. Pretty much you'd have to get a 20 on an athletics check.
I'd be willing to give it a shot. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3. That'll put me up next to the gate at the very least.
Sure. Yeah.
I'll try it.
Okay.
Oh shit, my dice fell on the floor. Oh, we rolled.
Cocked.
Yeah, absolutely. It was cocked too. Well, it's not a fucking 20, so it don't matter.
So, Cloud, you go running up to the gate, and Jackal and Boris from a distance can kind of see you leap up to the gate, and you're like doing the cat kind of trying to climb up thing, and you just sort of slide down to the bottom. And when you like look over at Jackal at the bottom, Jackal just shakes his head. Cloud, anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Looking at where like Orc I, C, and D are, is there a path available to them under the tree?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to know if I can head that direction towards them. I will just use the rest of my movement then, and try.
I will deduce 5 feet from you for your attempt to climb up the gate.
That is just fine. So that leaves me. So I moved 15. I have 40. Okay. Just move right here then.
Sweet. Is that going to be it?
My turn.
Okay.
Yep.
We move to Yargath, who now is sending one more punch down to Moonwind. And he says, "What name are you talking about?" You're muted, buddy.
What did you say?
Where is he? And he swings down on your face once more. Deduce 1 hit point, please, Moonwind. And next we move to Jackal. Your turn, sir.
Okay. Let's looky here. All right. So Cloud's at that gate, right?
He's like in front of it by like 5 feet, maybe.
Like it's right. Wait, where's the?
Here,
thing that
I'll
enters
mark
the
the
gate?
gate for you guys here. 1 second.
Oh, just right there.
That's the gate
Okay.
there.
All right. Okay. Can Jackal see I, C, and D?
See what?
See Orc I, C, and D.
Yeah. You can. I'd maybe argue you could see him. Let me see here. Yeah, you can see him because you have dark vision.
Okay. I'm gonna use my bonus action to steady aim.
Oh, okay.
So I give myself advantage on this turn.
Sure.
If I don't move, so I'm not gonna move.
Okay, you're gonna stay. All right.
I'm gonna try to hit Orc Eye from here.
Okay. Are you wanting to do a regular attack first, or?
Do they see me? Is this still? Well, I mean, I have advantage, so I can sneak attack still, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak attack as well.
Okay.
With the crossbow.
Gotcha.
All right, so we'll roll 2. Oh shit. Roll 2. Oh, dice fell down. What is it?
Cocked.
Oh, 10.
We're gonna start being those guys that are like cocked,
16.
cocked,
16.
cocked. 16. Yeah.
Oh wait, I can roll I can roll another one for advantage.
You don't need to. You're
17 plus 6. I think that's 20 some.
You're doing Orc Ian, right? Orc Eye.
Yeah, Ian.
Okay. DJ, finish him for me.
Finish him? Oh shit. Again, he's just. I brace myself. I don't even it's just. I just let it fly, just like the arrow flings out, and I imagine just Ian, for the smallest moment, hears the whistling of the arrow flying through the air, and he looks at it, and it goes straight into his eye as he turns his head.
Absolutely, sir. And Orc Ian is dead with a bolt straight through his skull. Boris, who would you like to move your hunter's mark to?
Going to Orc fucking Charlie.
Orc Charlie, baby.
Dog.
Gotcha. And Jackal, is that going to be the end of your turn?
Yes, I can't move at all. So
Gotcha. Good. And next we move to Moonwind. And Moonwind, you are just now being struck in the face again, and when you do this time, you notice that you're now starting to hear a whisper between your ears, as if coming from within you. And it's hard to make out exactly what it's saying, but you hear one part of the whisper say, "Get out. Release."
I'm still at disadvantage?
Yes, currently, yes.
Okay. At any point, have I noticed what's going on beyond the gates?
No. Nobody within the gates has.
Just the voice.
Just the voice.
It's a 17 at disadvantage.
Ooh.
Okay. Do you want to roll to see if you get a nat 20 for the... Or did you roll 2 again? Okay, gotcha.
Roll 2.
And, brilliant,
The lower was a 14.
Brilliant. Yeah, you're looking for a 15, good sir, so please roll for damage. And what kind of attack are you wanting to do here? You just gotta...
So this is why... This is why I said I was gonna... Here, I'll roll for damage and I'll explain. Okay, so that is... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, that's a D6? No, it's a D8. Sorry. D8. 2. Okay, so it's only 2. But
okay.
the reason I wanted to make sure that I would land it because I wanted to play it out like this. You know, Gargath, come closer. The name is starting to come back to me.
Pulls you closer to his face.
And I slowly, because he's like holding me like this, right? So I'm like, I kind of like, I grab onto his forearm. Now the answer might be quite shocking. I hit him with a shocking grasp.
No.
And Yargath will seize up and let go of your robe from underneath you. And when he does, he stops for a moment and realizes that you've fallen on the ground. And he'll go to grab you by your pant leg after you've shocked him. Moonwind, is there anything else you'd like to do?
At that point, I would like to start making my way towards the gate. So
Okay.
my movement is cut in half.
Movement's cut in half. You are going to have to take an attack if you do this because of the moving away from him.
Okay, so 1, so that's 5, 10, 15. How much damage do I take?
Your AC again?
15.
15 plus. Wait, where's this? Okay, there we go. 11 plus 5. So yeah, okay, that
That's
hits.
16.
So
Yeah.
he does 1d4 plus 3.
No.
1, so 5
Ernell.
damage. Yes, sir.
Sam has information he would like to provide you.
Sure. Yeah. Sam, what's up?
Any creature damaged with Shocking Grasp cannot take reactions.
Oh,
Oh,
That's a part of the spell.
good to know. All right. Thank you. All right. So then, Moonwind, you
Sweet.
will go ahead and move freely, sir. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate that.
thank you. So I make my way towards the gate and start looking for something to open it. Where's the opening?
And as you're looking, Moonwind, you can feel the whispers get stronger in your head. And now you can hear multiple voices, and they're all saying, "Don't run! Don't run!" Will that be the end of your turn?
I give in to the voices and I forget the search to open the gate. And I turn around. I put my hands up. And I end my turn.
We move to Boris. Boris, sir.
Yo, did Moonwind just go Ultra Instinct mode? Oh, shit.
Boris,
Okay.
go ahead.
He's got the
Okay.
power of schizophrenia on his side.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and make a movement here. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Can I still see Orc Charlie?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. I will shoot at him.
Okay, roll for hit.
That is a 16 grand total.
God damn, son. Go ahead and roll for damage.
God damn.
No, don't roll for
Damn.
damage. How do you finish him, Boris?
So basically, like, every attack I make is like force damage now. So like we're gonna shoot an arrow and it's just gonna go like clean through his chest cavity.
Mm-hmm.
So the arrow will enter and it will start to like exit, and then as it comes out, kind of like a Doppler effect, you just see like more
Impact
of it, like,
frames.
cave in, yeah. And then he's gonna like, let's just say like that just happens and he's just standing there and he just looks down and is like, oh, and just done.
For the sake of this being raw as fuck, I want you to roll for damage on Orc Dylan.
Oh shit. It's gonna be a lot. Hold on, I gotta do one last thing here. Let's mark off an arrow like a responsible
Thank you, sir. Thank
person.
you.
Dylan. And we're gonna spell Dylan Dillon like the incorrect way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Dylan is going to take a total of 14 damage. All force.
Okay, sounds good. The arrow will go through Charlie and enter right into the sternum of Dylan. Sticking straight out of his chest, he kind of falls back onto his knees, and you can hear him, "Oh, fuck!" Boris, what do you do with the remainder of your turn?
Can I see Orc G, Gerald, up there?
You can't really see him clearly. That cliff up is probably 50 feet up.
Okay. I can still see him though, right?
You can see maybe his silhouette from above from the glowing red behind him.
Yeah, as long as I have visual, I will put the hunter's mark on him.
I love it. Okay.
No.
And now we move to Orc Dylan, who is on his last leg, if you will. He will move up on Cloud, who he sees. 10, 25.
Fucking stumbling over there, dude.
Orc H has overheard. 20. G has not heard. Orc Dylan will make an attack on Cloud with his axe lifted up into the air and an arrow sticking out of his chest. Cloud, your AC?
17.
You got a 19, my good sir. Let's roll for damage here. The orcs do +5 with 1d12. That's a 12, right? No, that's an 8.
Gonna be the
There you
hexagon.
go.
with
Almost,
the
yeah, the almost
pentagon,
20.
Yeah.
There we go. 12 damage you will take, Cloud.
Jesus.
So he will lift his axe upward and strike it down onto Cloud's arm. And there where Cloud tries to move out of the way, gets nicked right in the side of his arm. And the axe scrapes right through your skin. That will be the end of the orc turn. And we shall go now to Leon.
All right, I'm gonna move 1. I'm gonna go. Boop. I'm gonna step over that little piece of wood right there. And
We
just
brought over. Yep.
yep. So we'll go 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see here. Can I see Gerald?
You can. Well, you guys can see him, but you would be rolling at a disadvantage to attack him because he's so high up.
Is he? I'm just looking at my actions here. I do have 120 foot range with Eldritch Blast.
You do, but really the only thing that you can see from this angle is the shape of his head. So it would be a disadvantage. So you can try if you'd like to.
How close is Moonwind to the gate?
He's right
How
in
close
front
is
of
he?
the other side of the gate.
Damn it. I would just Eldritch Blast the gate. Fuck.
To be fair, you don't necessarily know he's on the
Yeah,
other
you don't
side
know
of
that.
gate.
That's true. Well, I mean, when I look at the art, there is an opening where you can see the things going across, which is directly where he's standing in front of. When I look at the art.
Yeah, there's like a little bit of a crack there, but the mammoth skull is what's in front of it. That's keeping it from being like perfectly open.
Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna try my luck since I can see that head. I'm gonna roll at a disadvantage because I only have to hit a 13.
Okay. All right. I see you, dog.
I'm gonna aim for his head, and I'm hoping for the pool since that's a headshot.
So head.
So we're gonna roll. Yeah.
So head.
So
Much
head.
Okay, I got
Very head, go ahead.
2d20. I'm gonna aim an Eldritch Blast at that fucking dumbass green orc skull.
All
up
right,
there.
dude.
On
All right.
that
Big
ridge.
dumb face.
Yeah,
Big, dumb,
it's
stupid,
face.
doo-doo head face.
Stupid
up there.
face. If this works out, I hope Orc Frederick just sees orc brains splatter into pink mist.
Jesus Christ.
Just fucking ruthless, man.
Dude, so I have a 16 to hit, and I have a fucking 13 to hit. So
exactly.
Like-
All right, go ahead and roll for damage. then.
Yeah. And this is a headshot, baby. So just imagine getting a force hit from an Eldritch Blast on your fucking cranium, dude.
Who's moving the orcs?
Dude, max damage, 14 damage. That is a 10
Jesus.
damage plus 4 max damage, baby.
So 14.
Yeah.
Wow, you got real lucky. Who's moving the goddamn orcs?
Just
That's not
renaming them.
me. My hands are off.
Gotcha. Thank you, Xander. Leon, you kind of squint your eyes upward, and with this sort of look on your face, you go, "Oh yeah," and you hold out your hand. Are you
like this, the Yu Yu Hakusho style, dude? Because it's a far shot.
Are you firebolting or are you Eldritch blasting?
No, I'm Eldritch blasting.
Okay, yeah.
I'm Eldritch.
And you let off a shot right at his head, and you can see the lower half of his head explode in front of him. He falls to his knees and says, "Oh, why?" And he just kind of falls over, still alive, onto his hands and knees. Moonwind, yes.
Because of where Gregory is located, do I see this? Because he's higher up on...
Yes, you can see the purple beam sort of shine out from above you, and you can hear the cry.
So Yargath also probably saw that too. Okay.
Yep. Leon, anything else for your turn?
I'm gonna my finger. I'm just gonna go.
And next we move to Cloud. Cloud, what would you like to do?
I'm fucking punching Dylan in the goddamn face for hitting me. That's what I'm doing.
All right, dude.
Dylan's getting smacked.
Roll to hit.
Fucking Dylan. Never met a Dylan I like. That's actually incompletely untrue.
Especially Dillon, fucking dork.
I know, fucking dork.
Yeah, fuck
dude.
you, Dylan Francis.
23, so I think I hit him.
Absolutely. And Dylan, who is a little fucking chode, does not need you to roll damage for him. So
awesome. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Nope, it's in my mind's eye. I was just like, if this stupid fucking orc runs up to me, I know my mind palace. Excuse me,
the mind palace. Yeah, the mind palace.
My mind palace. I'm fucking punching that arrow through his stupid chest.
Firstly, Devin, could you give us the mind palace gesture, please? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Cloud gets nicked by the axe.
This is a revenge punch, dude.
And you see him with the same arm smile at Dylan and just send it full in on the front of the arrow there. And it blasts through Dylan's torso, and Dylan falls over dead. Cloud, what would you like to do for the remainder of your turn?
I am going to use my movement to move up onto Orc Henry. 5, 10.
Yeah, it's a little hard to see.
20.
I know. Would you like to make your bonus action on him?
Yeah! We're going to be spending a key point on this motherfucker, and he's going to be, we're going to hit that bitch with, Fury of Blows.
Sweet as, man. Go ahead, roll.
First attack. 15 plus 6. So I'm assuming that hits.
15 plus 6. Finish him for me, sir.
Oh damn, he got hit already. I wouldn't have used my free. My
was that? Sorry, that was hit. Roll for damage, please.
Oh, I was gonna be like, damn. I was like, he's gonna die in one. Using Cat's Claws, so 1d6. So he's going to be taking 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points.
11. Okay, so yeah, not quite finished. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, Cloud, you fall on all four limbs. You're chasing out at Henry, and you leap into the air with your cat claws and just in an X form slash across the front of Henry. And he falls down onto his butt and says, fool, and goes to swing his axe towards you again. Cloud, anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Yeah, I will going to, since I'm using Fury of Blows, I get 2 unarmed strikes, so I'm going to use that second one now.
Gotcha.
Henry just like yells at him and he just slaps him and kills him.
So 16 on that one.
Roll for damage.
Jesus Christ.
With, like, slap with the claws out. You know, like one of the
1d6
palm
plus
slaps.
4. He takes 5. I rolled a 1.
5. Garrick, finish him.
You shut your mouth.
Dude, I'm just gonna fucking we're gonna give him the old Sherlock Holmes ear clap. Just full force though. Just fucking whoosh.
Cloud, you go and slap him by both
Ring
of his
his
ears.
fucking bell.
And when you do, you make that impact and you see Henry's head pop like a fucking grape. Just explode from the top of his
The
skull.
imagery, dude. The fucking
God.
imagery on that. Oh
I'm getting
my
like
God.
Invincible style, just like fucking
And Henry
eyeball head popping out.
is dead. We now move to Yargath. And Yargath turns towards Moonwind, who has his fists up, ready to tussle. And Yargath says, "Don't be a fool. You don't stand a chance." And from behind him, pulls out a bone with two other bones hanging from both ends of it. And he spins it, and they latch into the ends to create a staff.
Ew.
And when he does, he lifts it into the air and says, "Garush," and slams it into the ground. And a force of lightning and thunder boom out from around him. Goo! And you can see the wind pummel from out of the cracks between the pikes and the gate. And he is using Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave will have, let me just make sure I'm doing this correctly here. Each creature within 15 feet has to make a Constitution saving throw. So, Moonwind, please roll a Constitution saving throw.
It'll be 16 total.
16, okay. And that succeeds. So, you will take half damage and you are not pushed back. So, let me see, 2d8. 2, 4, so 2 damage you take, sir. And what are your hit points at now, Moonwind?
Be 10.
10, sweet. And that's out of how many?
18.
18, okay. And sorry, have not been keeping track of the health bars for your guys' layout here. Cloud, how much damage have you taken again, and what's your...
I'm at 14 total.
Out of how much?
Out of 26.
14 out of 26.
Yeah, I got hit for 12.
Gotcha.
Fuck.
All right, I don't think anybody else has taken
Max
damage
damage
yet,
on me.
So.
No.
Okay, and Yargath will end his turn there. We now move over to Jackal.
Okay. All right. I'm kind of spread out here. So the gate's still like closed, right? It's just
Correct. Yep.
Can I see anyone from behind these pikes or?
You can see, but to attack through it, you would have to roll at a disadvantage.
Okay. If I steady aim, does that negate the disadvantage?
What could you read off what steady aim does for me?
As a bonus action, you can give yourself advantage on your next attack roll on the current turn. You can use the bonus action only if you haven't moved during this turn. After you use the bonus action, your speed is 0 until the end of the current turn.
Yeah, that would cancel out the disadvantage for sure.
Okay. Can I who can I see? Can I see Yargath? Evan,
You can see
Gregory?
Yargath. Evan would probably be more difficult. You could hit Yargath or Gregory. Yes.
I wanna. Does Yargath know of my presence?
No.
Would that be an advantage against him? Can I sneak attack him?
Oh man. Yeah, I would say yes.
Okay. I won't roll advantage, but the sneak attack counts, right?
Sure,
I'll just
sure.
count the sneak attack.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, bet.
So
All
they
right,
kind of
so
cancel
I'll roll,
each other
I'll roll
out.
to attack Yargath.
Okay.
shit. Okay. That's 12 plus 18.
18. Okay. And you hold your crossbow up, holding your breath, and you let off this crossbow bolt, and it squeezes just between the two pikes. It raims right at Yargath and snaps him right in his shoulder. And you can see him haul out and turns to face you between the pikes. Go ahead and roll for damage, please.
Okay, roll for damage. So now it is, all right, 1d8. 4 plus 4. So 8 plus 2 d6s. It's 8 plus 1 is 9. Plus 2, 11 damage total.
11 damage. All right. And does that end your turn, Jackal?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. We now move to Moonwind. And Moonwind, you are sort of held up, just knees bent a little bit after that gust from the thunder wave. And you, as you're holding your fists up, are about to charge forward, but you can hear the whispers growing from within you. And all the voices are now surrounding you, and you can feel the voices grow louder and louder until finally they dissipate. And one voice alone from behind your head says, "Fear nothing. I release you." And your eyes begin to grow brighter, and you can feel this release of weight on your body. And when you do, you feel this surge of energy course from the pit of your stomach outward into your legs and outward into your arms. And Moonwind, I will now let you continue your turn. But you are now rolling at an advantage on every attack, and your movement speed is doubled.
Oh!
What the fuck?
What?
Yes.
This
Motherfucker's
guy's
just
nuts.
moving 90 feet a turn.
Moonwind, go on. What would you like to do?
As that happens, my fighting stance changes. And I take a more open-handed approach. I want to run up. As I run up to Yargath, I want to do kind of like this wide run towards him. I'm moving swiftly and jumping from side to side, trying to get Yargath to guess where I'm going to come at him. And then I shift over to the right. And you said I'm rolling at an advantage?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. 15 plus 3, 18 to hit.
Okay.
And
Definitely hits.
then
Roll for damage. You
So
will
this
be
is-
doing double
all right.
damage as well.
all right. So this is going to be 1d4. All right. 1d4 plus 3, so that's 2 plus 3. So that's going to be 5. So, yeah, so I do this come up, and then I just throw a right hook over to his face. So that was 5 plus, that's doubled, so 10.
Mhm.
So that's 10 damage. And then I want to follow up with Flurry of Blows
Okay.
for my bonus action.
Motherfucker just
And
unlocked
then
the
that's going to be...
Kaioken over here, dude.
Yeah, dude, he's
Yeah.
fucking.
And then
You
that's
went
going to
ultra
be
instinct,
another...
bro.
Well, actually,
He's in the zone.
I got to roll to hit, right?
Mhm.
Again, with Flurry of Blows. And that's going to be, 9 plus 5. So 14. And then D4
God, dude, imagine getting beaten up to the
3.
soundtrack.
plus 3 is 6. So 12 damage for Flurry of Blows. And I went with Way of the Cobalt Soul. So it says right here, extra aspects. When you hit a creature with an attack granted by your flurry of blows, you can analyze it, learning all of its damage vulnerabilities, damage resistances, damage immunities, and condition immunities. Whenever an analyzed creature misses you with an attack, you can use your reaction to make an unarmed strike against that creature if it's within your reach. This benefit lasts until you finish a short or long rest. So yeah.
Sure. Okay.
So that was 12 damage total for Flurry of Blows.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so basically the way I saw it was like I do that run up, hit him with the right, and I wanted to like do like a spin around and then
and
like that.
Moonwind, as you're sort of moving around, this blue shine is coming off the back of you. And you can see this glow as if you are moving faster than you've ever moved before. You're moving faster than anything you've ever seen before. And Yargath has no clue what to do about this. As you pummeled him in the face 3 times, Yargath sort of steps back for a second and goes to try to swing on you again with this skull rod. And Moonwind, that will be the end of your turn.
I believe so. I mean, could I use patient defense or no? Can't remember if I can.
You'd have to read it to me. I don't remember off the top of my head.
You cannot use patient defense in the same turn you use for Fury of Blows. They are both up bonus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that is my vote. Okay, got it. Never mind. Yep, we're good.
And
okay, right there.
My turn. From Moonwind's turn, and as Moonwind makes these connections to Yargath, Boris, you can kind of, if you could please roll me a perception check.
That is a 16 total.
16 total. Okay, we will now leave combat. As Boris sort of hears the booming happening behind the gate, he can also hear off from a distance the sound of a horse galloping. And Boris turns to face it, and out of the shadows of the forest where you guys came, where the glowing oranges and reds of the forest burning, you see a man on a horse. And this man has a very closely shaved head and mutton chop beard with a very large poofy pelt fur as a cape over his shoulders. He gallops upward and looks towards Boris and Leon, stops in front of you two, and he says, "Oi, where's the blue boy?"
He's trapped inside. We're trying to get to him.
And he says, "Oh, thought I'd get back in time. I guess not. Out of my way." And he sort of gestures Leon and Boris to move aside, and with his horse runs upward to the right past Cloud. And Cloud, if you could, please roll me a dexterity check.
$19.
Cloud, you are able to hear the galloping coming your way, and you just roll duck out of the way of the horse in just enough time for it to not trample over you. And this man on his horse leaps up the sides of this cliff face here. And you guys can hear the sound of orcs being struck down from the top of the cliff. And there in the shining orange and red, you guys can see the horse leap downward into the encampment. And from the other side, you hear the sound of arrows firing, of booming thunder, of punches being thrown, and a silence immediately after. And when you do, the gates start to shake in front of you. And then you hear kukuf, doo-doo. And both doors of the gate slowly swing open. And there, Moonwind, bloodied and beaten alongside this mountain, with his hand on the man's shoulder, as if they're friends or acquaintances. Moonwind, what do you say?
At this point, have I lost my kind of ultra instant glow in a way?
You're still kind of glowing. Your eyes are shining brighter than they have before.
But I'm still very much tired and exhausted from this fight.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I look up and I see Leon and Boris right in front of us. I just say, I don't know if there are any warning signs, but maybe don't take a piss at the edge of the Neverwinter Forest.
And the man next to
Moonwind. You can fucking say that again.
The man next to Moonwind lets out a belting laugh. Good on you, boy. I'm glad you're still here with us.
You know, you never told me your name.
Oh, well, I'll tell you enough, lad, but good to meet you. My name's Falcon. And you two separate to show the orcish man down on his knees with his bone staff planted firmly in the ground, trying to hold himself up. He looks up and he lets out, fuck me. And that's the end of today's session, boys. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you, boys. And thank you guys at home for doing this. Before we end this off officially, within here the next couple of minutes, I will be uploading to our Patreon and subscribers on our Discord the text session that Xander and I did on Wednesday night of the story of Moonwind's kidnapping after he had been taken. It was a 2-hour ordeal that we did over Discord message. So all the details, if you want to find out how Moonwind was still alive by the time that our party got there, you will be able to find that on our Patreon and our subscriber section in our Discord. For all of you that pay to support us, you get access to wonderful backstories just like that one. And again, thank you guys for hanging out with us. And until next time, be good to each other.
Hey, Ernell, just for funsies, throw in that photo too that I sent you of my little setup.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that too. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you, big dog. All right. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.